Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
And good morning to you all, and welcome to Morning Barbados, the start of a brand new week. June 2026, I'm Pearson Boyne, 1 foot in to what could very well be yours. If you catch the vibe, of course, with us at the CBC, this is the brand new Suzuki Across. It's what's available to you when you enter our Spot and Win competition. But I'm live this morning from Inchcape, Barbados, in the very busy Warrens, nestled really between what is truly bustling. And so this morning, we'll be spending time today with you and them as we get more details about why this vehicle has to be yours. And we'll also be looking at some of the other brands and so forth and all the excitement that Inchcape Barbados brings to your life and lived experience. Now, today being Monday, it's the 1st of June, and it's also the start of the hurricane season. I cannot underscore sufficiently to you why you need to pay attention to all of your weather details and all the weather bulletins, and why you should begin now actively preparing for the hurricane season, which we're told will not be as busy as, but will also be quite devastating. So we know the result of when we're not prepared, and so we want you to pay close attention to making your plans all like now. To all of you watching us on our streams, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. You are in the perfect place at the perfect time to see everything that Inchcape Barbados has to offer. You're also in the perfect place to learn a whole lot more today about what the ICT is like in the region. You're also in the perfect place to hear about an upcoming health and wellness conference being put on by TVET Council. And again, you're in the perfect place to just spend the whole morning with us. We'll be here for a few weeks, so I have time to spend with you. Now, for those of you who also know of something or someone who has an idea and who has something to talk about, then you tell us about it. And you can do so quite easily by sending us an email. The email address is right there. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. We thank you for doing so, but there's much to get to, so I shan't delay you any further. We'll take a break here on Morning Barbados, and when we come back, we dive right into the value of Inchcape Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Morning Barbados will love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Good morning to you.
It was in May of 2022 when this space that we're in was rebranded Inchcape Barbados. And it comes with a lot of legacy, but it also comes with a service delivery that is second to none. And so joining us this morning as we delve into the business of Inchcape Barbados is Francis Williams, who is their brand and sales lead of the Suzuki. Good morning to you, sir.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for welcoming us to your home.
Welcome back.
Indeed.
Welcome back.
This is where we started, as a matter of fact, Morning Barbados over the years.
Some years ago.
And so it feels good to be back home, but it also feels good to be among brand new vehicles.
Correct.
And you're the lead for all of that.
Correct. Well,
talk to me about the development of the brands that you've been selling and how things have changed over the time.
It's been a noticeable change. Obviously, we had the legacy set by the Simpson family for over 50 years. Then we switched over to Inchcape 2 years ago. And now we are part of a bigger product. The Inchcape is represented in 41 countries around the world, so there's a substantial amount of backing that we get as a result of that, and we are very happy to be part of carrying on the Inchcape brand and legacy here.
Everybody knows Suzuki.
Correct.
I can't imagine who doesn't know Suzuki. If you drive our roads, you will see Suzuki, the brand.
Correct.
So it's clear that Barbadians are turned on to the value they get with the Suzuki brand. Why do you think that is?
We have been here for over 50 years, through the Simpson family. And if you take note, it was the vehicle that moved the middle class, the lower income class, changed their lives. A lot of people went to school on it. A lot of people grew businesses out of it. So it's been part of the Barbadian fabric. And I like to call it a legacy brand. And you can't get rid of a legacy brand that easily. Every other car you'll see on the road will be a Suzuki. We do our best to make sure it's every car on the road. But Suzuki has always stood the test of time and served the Barbadian public well.
My father had one.
Thank you very much.
If my father had one, and so the family all gathered and we drove around in our Suzuki vehicle. So over time, it stayed with the family, and that's what we've been, the legacy that we're talking about here, where generation after generation also knows of the brand and the value that the brand brings. But over time, you know, circumstances change, and so as others develop, so too Suzuki has kept pace. So the little box that we saw before is no longer the kind of box we see now.
It's definitely come a long way. I spoke about the 50 years here in Barbados, but Suzuki as a brand is 109 years old. And with that, a lot of mechanical, technological, and innovations have come. And as you said, it used to be referred as the Rascan before. It's come significant.
You said it, not me.
Well, persons have said it. I'm repeating it. It's come quite a long way. And this morning, you'll see some of the new technology that Suzuki's offering.
So tease me now. What are some of the new technologies that you've begun to consider and have actually begun to implement into your vehicles?
Suzuki, for the first time this year, we've launched an EV vehicle. So we've gone the full gamut from the ICE vehicles to the full EV range. Within there are some hybrid options, which will give you all the technology that most vehicles are coming with now: touchscreen, stereo, push start, lane assist. All those new modern accessories are now in all the Suzuki vehicles.
In other words, you've kept pace with the times.
We've had no choice. We have no choice. As you said, we're the #1 dealer on the island, and in order to maintain that, we have to keep up with the competition.
The little man, and I'm talking about, for instance, in this instance now, the self-employed people have also known over time that Suzuki brand is the brand that they must have. So you will see whether you're doing itinerant vending or just farming in principle, are you still seeing that kind of traffic coming through?
Yes, because as I said, I've always said, we've had the most comprehensive lineup of Suzuki vehicles. So we have the entry-level Suzuki Swift, we have the mid-size with the Franks, we have the SUVs with the Vitara and the Across. We have the commercial vehicles, panel vans and pickups. So yes, the businessman has still a space with us. Plumbing, electrical fitting, air conditioning, all those persons still have a role. We do some people with courier services. We have a little bit of everything within the Suzuki range for every person right now.
So it's the range of things that you have, and it's the cost effectiveness of what you offer as well, and that speed at which you're able to respond. But the service, from service part of it now, I know we're talking new cars, and new cars really should not require the service immediately. But sell us on the support that comes once we purchase a brand new car from Simpson Motors.
We mentioned something important, the service, coming on from the legacy of Simpson Motors. They were forefront in service delivery in Barbados. But now having the support of Inchcape and their global backing, you will get the warranty package, a 5-year warranty, which once you make an investment in something as expensive as a vehicle, you want to have that security that there's someone behind you that can provide you your warranty, which in most of the Suzuki instances, 5 years or 100,000 kilometers. Anything that goes wrong as a result of manufacturer's defect, we will take care for you once you do your part in terms of your service intervals. In addition to that, the parts that we provide. Right now, we have probably the biggest parts department in the Eastern-speaking Caribbean. And that, from time to time, will carry as much as 60,000 line items. So there is that support that's there, and you at least know that if something goes wrong, we have the reach that can take care of you.
And that's so important to anyone, peace of mind. The peace of mind and the affordability, the payment plans, the financial options that you give to all of us, and the range of brands and colors is so exciting. We see it every day, every moment, indeed. So it's the car of the town, literally.
Correct.
Everyone, if not, you drive one of the Suzuki brands. But can you talk about some of the other brands that you have available here, or you only speak it to me?
Well, Suzuki is really my brand. However, the company, we do Mercedes as well on the high end. We do Isuzu, in terms of the commercial trucks, pickups. We have Mitsubishi as well, commercial line again. We've brought the Changyang brand in with the Chinese model, again keeping pace with what is going on. We too have the Chinese versions as well.
And that's important because a lot of people tend to think that all the Inchcape sells is Suzuki alone, but you know you're
And we understand why.
because it's the biggest brand.
And we also do the Jeep brand as well. From this year, we've put a model of the Jeep on the road as well.
Now you're giving all of us every good reason why we have to come to Inchcape every single day to say, at least spend a day looking at a particular brand and then you can make your decision. But for sure, you're guaranteed to have excellent service and excellent support. And that's absolutely important. What are your opening hours generally? I know we're here bright and early, but what's your opening
We're definitely
hours?
not open now. This is not our opening time. Our opening hours Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and we're open on Saturdays from 9 until 12.
7:30, so they're ahead of everybody, literally early bird. 7:30 to 4:30, and then also on Saturdays and
9 to
on the
12
weekend,
as
9 to 12. So Suzuki is the brand, but definitely Inchcape is the place where you need to come and get the brand of Barbados, and so we want to encourage you today. But before the show is done, you're going to walk me through the across.
Yes, for
right?
sure.
And because I'm so curious about why people want the across, which has now become, again, one of those things that people are paying closer and closer attention to. And since you're in the vibe for Crop Over with us here at the CBC, we'll tell you why this is the one that you get a chance to win. And so we're going to pay also real close attention to what you hear and what you see on CBC as well. So look out for that interesting opportunity coming in just a little while. Financing, I want to look at that for a second, if you can with me right now, because it's for a lot of people, it's an investment. It's not something you just take off the bank and say, hey, give me the vehicle in exchange and we go, and then tomorrow that money is replaced. Right. So let's talk about how easy is the operation of the acquiring of financing.
We do in-house finance as well through Simpson Finance, which was part of our parent company previously. Simpson Finance, they are service advisors in each of the showrooms because we also have a used car department. So we try to make it as easy a one-stop shop as possible. Once you bring in your paperwork, we will have you sit with the finance officer. They will take you through their part of the process. We will follow up in terms of providing the vehicle details, the cost and price and whatever. And then they'll also include an insurance package for you as well. So you pretty much can do everything here in one stop and drive out without having to do too much going wrong. Another key part, a lot of this can be done remotely as well. So even if you couldn't get to the showroom, we can take care of all of your needs every step of the way, even remotely.
Well, hold on, I can't get to the showroom and then the showroom comes to me? Is that what you're saying?
If we need to bring the vehicle to you, we can. You can email all your finance stuff in. They can do the interview over the phone. Okay. We can make it happen and make it as easy as possible.
Now that's ease and convenience. I like that. I love that, as a matter of fact. So you can do business from wherever you are in Barbados, and they'll work it out with you.
Actually, not crossing you. We actually have quite a few clients. We take care of the finance and preparation while they're overseas.
Are you serious?
Persons relocating, and once they arrive, vehicle is ready to roll.
Well, that's a plus. That's a serious plus that you haven't talked about.
Well, I didn't want to over anything, so now you know.
No, we know. So now we can both talk about this. So if you're abroad, for those of you who I know watch from abroad as well, you see one of the brands here that you want to acquire, then you begin the process, and you can do so by a call or WhatsApp or telephone, an email.
Accessible on all platforms.
All platforms. Just reach out and they will make the deal with you before you arrive. And so once you arrive, you come down to Inchcape and you sit in that vehicle of your choice. And that's a good thing to know. So they either come to you. So if you're at work at the moment or preparing to go to work, you're thinking, I kind of like the sound of what I'm hearing. Let's have further discussion. Reach out and call by email or send a WhatsApp or send your request. They will work it out for you. If you say to them, but I can't leave work because my lunch hour is whatever, then they can come to you or they can send ahead to you all that you need to know so that you begin to make a decision. And then they create the financing opportunities for you, the packages that are absolutely affordable. But that's only the beginning of what we're talking about all these weeks that we're going to be here at Inchcape. But before we get to it, I want you to take a break, and when we come back, I'll take you inside of the across and show you why you need to be in the vibe for Crop Over with the CBC and its value on the road. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Get a snapshot of the world of sports every night. Sponsored by Powerade and Dasani Water every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Hi, good day. I'm Auntie Diane to some of the children in my life, but I'm also Dr. Diane Brathwaite from the Barbados Diabetes Foundation. So it has been shown that consumption of sugar in excessive amounts contributes to diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, acne, concentration problems, putting on excess weight, and I could go on and on. Do you know that some of your favorite juices, soft drinks, flavored waters contain as much as 6, 10, 12, 17 teaspoons of sugar?
17. 17?
I bet you didn't know that 1 teaspoon of sugar is equal to 4 grams of carbohydrates. So when you drink a drink that contains 53 grams of sugar, do the math. How many teaspoons of sugar are you drinking?
Give me water instead.
Rethink your drink.
A message for the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Barbados and Partners.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
If you're taking a look behind me, you can see life unfolding here in Warrens. We are at Inchcape Barbados, and Inchcape Barbados, as you know, has the brand that Barbadians love, the Suzuki brand. And so brand lead is with me, Francis Williams. So Francis, we are the across. This is what, when we get in the vibe, we get a chance to win with the CBC. Sell this vehicle to me.
Well, for sure, this will definitely help you bring the vibe for crop over. As you can see, it's full-size SUV. Nice, very smooth lines. Give you a lovely silhouette. And everything that says SUV, which is what persons like when they buy a vehicle like this. It is on 17-inch rims, which gives you the immediate height, good ground clearance, and you have a two-tone chrome package on the rims. The GL model will give you a solid black.
So this is what?
This is the GLX model.
The
This will be
GLX.
fully loaded. Correct.
Oh,
GLX
this is
X
even-
Extra.
Oh, X is for extra?
Correct.
I got you.
Yeah. So you will get the full package with this one. As we move around, you will see a gas tank still.
Yes.
Yes, it is not an electric vehicle. It is a hybrid vehicle, so you will still need petrol.
What's the value to having a hybrid vehicle?
You will save some fuel.
Okay.
You will save some fuel, but the benefit is you don't have to do the charge. So for the person that is willing to make the move from the full ICE combustion vehicles, but not ready to dip all the way into the full EV, you will need a hybrid. The hybrid works best for you. It has an onboard computer as well as an onboard battery, and those two work together to maximize your fuel efficiency and fuel use.
So how's my battery charged? By driving? Just
By
driving?
driving, yes.
Oh,
By
simple,
driving and
simple.
braking, once you do that, your battery's charged, so no plug-in is required
So I
on
can
it.
just park and just put brake.
No, you might actually need to do some driving
Okay, drive
to
and brake.
get it.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. And that's why it's charged.
Correct.
Would I be able to, on the dash, see just how much charge I actually have?
That is also represented on the
Okay,
dash.
cool.
As you use it and as it regenerates, you can also
I'll
see
see
as
that
well.
once we get inside. So
Correct.
it's a hybrid vehicle.
Correct.
And it has all the extras. And this is what you get a chance to win with all the extras. All right, so,
Yeah. So you again, the EVs will give you a range of features. Some of them are represented. You'll still get the feel of the EV with some of the features that are represented
Okay.
here. If we move to the back, now they've not put all of the features, in the front. Sleek design at the back. We've come a long way from the part where you had two brake plates, and one of
Yeah.
them out, and you're not sure if you're behind a bicycle or a motorcycle, but the entire back is lit up
This
with the
whole
brake
strip
plates.
here.
Not only for aesthetics, but it also gives you better visibility for persons approaching you, so you're easier to be seen.
so where's my indicator light? Where's it gonna
Indicator
show?
lights are on
this-
either side, left and
right
right.
here,
Yeah,
okay,
as,
okay.
as they always are. The beauty of this vehicle as well, with the touch of the One Touch,
With the keyless entry.
correct.
I was hoping you will do this.
Thing about it,
Just
Pearson,
sweep the foot.
I do not trust my tiles and my level of comfort. I didn't want to, since we're going live.
You don't want to spill yourself.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough.
So we can open using the electronic touch on the,
Right here by the thing, yes.
somehow she's not.
It works.
Trust me, it works.
Look, see the lights light up? Beautiful, beautiful.
There we go.
Aha.
Some of us take a little bit longer to wake up this early in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Me too.
And what it does, it opens to a pretty big trunk for the families that have the school kids, bags, activities, gym, cricket.
Yeah.
You have more than adequate storage space here. You have the 60-40 split as well with the back seats. This can be lifted out if you needed the height at any particular point in time to get the full benefit.
Or if
of
it
the-
needs some more space, I can lower
Those
the back
seats can
seats and the
fall
back
flat as well. Believe it or not, Pearson, this is a very important selling point for many people. It has a full-size tire. You ask them how recent they've had a flat tire, we've never had one. I've had one 15 years ago, but a deal breaker for some people is a spare tire and a
Yeah.
full-size one. The Across will come with that. The other thing with this, for those vertically challenged people, you can actually adjust the height that it opens to.
Joanna, you could get a vehicle of your choice.
Joanne, you can feel free. And again, with one
Yes.
touch, that closes it.
The children would love this. They would love this. But this is not a toy, children. This is not a toy. But so there you go. And it closes quite simply and very
And
smoothly
you
and quietly.
mentioned children as well. If by chance a child or any person's hand was here, it will automatically stop, so you won't get your fingers squeezed as well.
Oh, good.
Again, another security feature.
See this little mark here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there, you feel free to
Yeah,
ride
this
your
big
Across.
old child missed that point.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a hybrid vehicle.
Correct.
And it's what's available to you here at Simpson, at HK.
Inchcape.
That's how we get accustomed. Now, I'm foot space because I
Correct.
want to make sure that big old tall me, can I open?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. More than enough leg room. Look at that. Look inside there.
While
Look.
you would notice the size of the door gives you more than adequate space
Yes,
for persons in the back
With
seat.
different abilities as well.
In addition to the space, you also have the rear seat vents for the back seat passengers in terms of
so
the
you
AC
create their
ventilation
own-
as well.
yeah. Cool. I like this. And airbags, of course, for safety.
6
Safety is
airbags.
all in there.
Front and side airbags.
Keyless entry.
Very important. Ease of
I just
access
locked
again.
it.
Correct. So again, with the remote in your hand,
I can unlock it as well.
and you can access it easily if your bag's in your hand, a situation where the rain is falling, you want to hop right into the vehicle, quick press and you're good to go.
I
Now,
like to-
Pearson,
go ahead.
this is where we're getting into the meat of this vehicle.
I love it so far.
You would notice these seats are leather. So you get the leather trim on the GLX, whereas with the GL, you get a fabric trim only. In addition to that, we talk about the evolution of Suzuki. This is the first vehicle that has the electronic motor for the seats as well. So you can adjust them electronically.
Nice.
The
So
leather,
if I sit there, just press, and it can either slide me forward,
Forward,
raise me,
up,
or lower me.
back,
Oh,
wherever,
sweet.
just to make yourself comfortable.
I like all the other features inside, you know, the touch screen and everything built into the steering wheel.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But one very important thing I want to give you too on the seats before we get too far. Leather seats, I always recommend them for persons with kids, easy to clean.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of people in Barbados speak about leather seats and they're hot when you get in your burn your legs. The beauty of this vehicle, however, is that we have ventilated seats.
Really?
So you can get some cooler seats.
Whoa.
And no grand, you will not get a cold. I know we have this Barbados
Hot
belief
or cold, hot or
that,
cold.
that if you sit on a cold step, you might get a cold.
Yes.
But this will not be cold, it will just be cool. So you have the benefit of the ventilated seats. You are correct in noticing there's a 10.5-inch touchscreen display. That is fully integrated with all of the Android and Apple devices. So you can have your apps, full access to anything that you want on your device. And it's all designed to keep you comfortable while you commute.
I like the design in this part here by the handle.
Again, another upgrade. Before we had fabric here. Fabric tends to break down from time to
Yes.
time. We're talking cleaning, we're talking length of tenure. That can also be taken care of there with that new design. And it also gives it a little space age look. As I said, it's a cross between the old ICE and the new EVs. So you will get some tech, you will get some new age stuff embedded in it as well. You also get your wireless charging for your cell phone for those who have the phone with those capabilities. So it takes away a lot of the cables and chargers that you would see hanging in. You can just rest your phone down and it will charge. The screen also gives you 360 camera view.
Oh, sweet.
So for those tight parking spaces, you're not comfortable, you can do a quick scan and it will give you a full 360 view of the area around you.
Or when I stop, look around and see if there's anybody around me as well.
Gives you that security benefit as well.
I can hear when we can I see the hood? Lift the hood and we'll see the side. You know, because they're going to be checking all of those kinds of things as well, you know, just to see. I don't want to touch it to mash it up, so you lift the hood for me, please.
You touch it, you break it, you pay for it.
got
I'm
that
sure
right,
CBC
so
has the budget for it.
Wow. Wow, look at this. Look at this. This is so clean and ready.
This is probably as clean as this vehicle will be again for the rest of its life. You will notice that it looks pretty similar to all engines, but there are a couple of things in here that you need to note. There's a lot of space in it. One of the main reasons for the space, it cuts the downtime if you had any major engine overhaul.
Right.
It gives easy access to the technicians when we're doing the work. However, a more key point for you, any major front end collision, the vehicle is designed that the engine collapses and goes underneath rather than come back
to me.
Yeah, so it increases the
Sweet.
chances of surviving those very, you know, we hope we never have them, but those types of accidents. It's designed for that as well.
You really built in the extras. That I didn't know. This is really a wonderful selling point because we know how people are. They lose focus, and sometimes you have that kind of a collision. But this has safety features built in for everyone, whether you're the driver, the passenger, the child, everyone is kept safe in this GLX Across. Suzuki Across. And so it's available today. It's, again, one of those situations where financing is affordable, financing is managed, you can control it with me, and everything like that. And you have a lot of these in different colors and so?
We have about 6 colors. You can get it in a solid color. You can get it in two-tone. You actually have this model that also has a sunroof, so you can get with or without sunroof. So there are about 6, 7 pricing points that we have, and you know, something for everyone looking for the new SUV.
So if you're looking for it on color, if you want to buy it on the convenience of having the sunroof or not, you can have that as well. Come, let's discuss this together at Inchcape. Let's discuss this seriously. But if you think you can't do it yourself and you want to enter our competition with the CBC, in the crop of a vibe, keep listening and keep watching and hear all the details about how this can also be yours. The Suzuki GLX Across, available only at Inchcape. Morning, Barbados. Brits here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We could put on a fantastic show. All the best artists in the world, if the show ain't got nobody in it, show ain't saying nothing. So, in the grand scheme of things, any party, any fete, any production, the people is who really make the thing, right? So that was one of those is almost like an ode to the people. Because one is who's met this thing, you know.
Two, get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. He could be a pet or a life. When we come together, because you, me, we are the heart of the party. When the song sweet, it could be a lime or a fat. Be ready to sweat. Here's a shot you want, then realize it.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey parents, my name is Stacia and I'm a mom and a nutritionist. I know mornings can be hectic, especially that marathon before 8 a.m. Just getting those lunches ready for good health and energy throughout the day. No guilt, no judgment here. I know many of us have added those juice boxes and chips into the lunch boxes. All right, time for the face-off. On the left is an unhealthy lunchbox and on my right is a healthy lunchbox. Let's unpack the contents. On my left, we're going to find more of that juice drink, which has tons of sugar and hardly any nutrient value. You might even pack that salty snack, or you might pack a lunch that is just white bread, no dietary fibers in there, which is very important for our kids, and that protein that could be a bit salty as well. You might even include that cookie. Now, there's not a problem to have a cookie at times, but the overconsumption of these unhealthy foods are impacting our children in a large way. On my right, you might consider a more healthier lunchbox. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time either. You can pack a fresh fruit, high in potassium, all the nutrients you need to get that child through the day. You might consider a yogurt, rich in calcium as well for those strong bones and healthy teeth. And that lunchbox can also comprise of a healthy sandwich made of whole grain bread, slip in a bit of those veggies, and maybe another fresh fruit just to get them through the evening. And if you dare to consider adding a snack, look for those healthier snacks that are low in salt, low in fat, and certainly have some fiber content. And always, please, don't forget, pat that vital nutrient, water. Costs you very little, but is important for growing children. So, which lunchbox would you choose? Let's raise a generation of healthy children for Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Join me in the classroom today, will you? Because we're talking literacy with educational specialists in Sandy Field, Kelman. And so we want to show you that how life can be in your little corner, in your home, in your classrooms, everywhere as we begin to teach our children coping skills, how to really engage with language in a significant way. So Sandy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson, and how are you today?
Farmer Sandy, good morning.
Farmer Sandy? No, Farmer Theodore.
Oh, pardon me, Farmer Theodore. How are you doing today?
I am doing well because I've looked after all my animals and
Have
they're
you?
all in pristine condition.
Really? What makes them perfect?
The farmer. I get up in the morning after I've done my devotion, I go out to them and I speak to them, Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have to, engage our animals because they're God's creation.
So right.
Right. So I make sure that they had a good sleep, they're well fed, they're watered, the hay, the chicken feed, everything. And just like plants, you need to engage your animals.
Mm-hmm.
You have a different connection with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that a lot of people just think that animals are just thrown there to produce. But I think that you need to engage. Engage just like with persons, you know?
Yes, yes.
So this morning I had a wonderful time with my animals.
Well, that's wonderful.
Now,
how do you know that your cow understood you? Moo?
Not moo.
What?
I don't even do the songs as yet, right? What I do, I tell them good morning and so on, and you have to stroke your animals. No, we do. And those things make your day. Your cow, your duck, your pig, they look at you differently. I don't know if I'm into dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a different, empathy, and
Yes.
they look at you different. They move differently. They're not just there like a statue type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to build up that thing with them, that connection with them, just like how you do with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that my animals, are into me and I'm into them. And as I said, they make my day. But then you can do your moo and all that, and he can do your moo, and they go on like that. And then you move on to the ducks, the pigs, and the sheep,
Yeah.
and so on. And I really do think, because remember, for me, all things are God's creation. But you have to bring them and make them, part and parcel of our world.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, I am going to be doing animals on a farm.
Okay. So old MacDonald, old Farmer Theodore,
Yes,
has
Farmer
a
Theodore.
farm. E-I-E-I-O. And so, here we go. Will you take me to your farm, Farmer Theodore?
The name of my farm is Hilljig, and that's located in St. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Hilljig Farm.
Hilljig.
Hilljig Farm, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that name is not authentic in that it's a Bajan thing, because Hilljig, but we need to put our farm, anything that we do, any business that we do, we need to really put it with a name where it reflects you as a person.
Yes.
We just put names onto things like
Pearson.
PB, PB Snack Cake. What is PB Snack Cake? You know what I mean? It has to have more depth than that.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, I'm going to show you how we can teach our young people, our young children, basically like from 3 years old to about 7, 8, Montessori teaching,
Yes.
Montessori age. And Pearson, everything we do must be a teaching lesson.
You're right.
Okay, a child must grasp from it. So this morning, on the farm, we have a cow. We have the cow.
Oh, not this one.
Okay.
Yes.
We have the duck.
Mm-hmm.
We have the sheep.
Yes.
Black belly sheep, by the way.
Good. Best lamb.
And then we have the pig.
Oink, oink.
Correct.
No,
now,
what I like about what you're doing here is literacy is how we interact with everything.
exactly. And it helps you to critical think.
Yes.
What I'm finding that we're not teaching our children critical thinking. And critical thinking is part and parcel of being wow.
Yes.
Okay? So all of these things, and I always believe in taking things and bringing it to life. You know, just not sit in a classroom, a table and a chair and all that. You have to get on the floor with the children and you have to let the child in you come out.
Yes.
Right? And the child will never leave me. The Bible said so. Okay? And you tend to find children gravitate towards that. They learn, they listen, they're like, wow.
Yes, their
type of thing.
imagination explodes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But you have to be animated yourself.
Yes.
And you would find that as children grow up, they take on that persona, you know. Now, I want to ask you, what color do you think the cow is?
Well, I get white milk from white cows.
Oh, you do?
I
But
do.
my cow is not a white cow. It's a brown cow.
So how do you get white?
Because white milk is standard, basically.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Do you know how to milk the cow?
This little boy, yes, I know how to milk the cow.
You need to know how to do that.
How do you milk the cow, Farmer Theodore?
Okay, I'm not using the modern day method.
Really?
No. Actually, when I was a little girl, my father used to take us around because, and again, all these things don't exist anymore.
Yes.
Okay, and you sit either on a little stool.
That's right.
You have the bucket.
Bucket.
What else?
I don't know. Gloves.
Gloves, yes, if you want. What
And
else? I'm carrying you through.
I must have the farm. I must have once I'm
Yes,
going
to milk that, to get that milk.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, so
No.
where do you think the milk comes from?
Oh, the udders.
Yes.
Oh, you
and
mean? But the cow is there.
Yes, but no. What you do, you're sitting,
Right.
and you have to sit in a position
Right.
where the breasts are, and you go one,
Right.
two,
There's a
and
rhythm.
You're
Squeezing
bringing it
enough
down,
to
bringing it down.
Yes.
Very gentle. You have to be very gentle because remember, it's heavy, and if you are harsh with it, it hurts the cow's breast.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that is one. The next thing, the duck. What color you think my ducks are?
Brown.
No.
Okay. They don't match
You're
the cow.
not going to get a sticker for that.
Oh no.
No. My ducks are white ducks.
Okay.
Yes. And the sheep, what color do you think the sheep are?
Our sheep in Barbados are brown and black.
Yes, you're correct. And you call those sheep what?
Black belly sheep.
Exactly. And black belly sheep are what? Very Barbadian.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have the pig. What color do you think the pigs are?
The pigs. There's some pigs are pinkish.
Yes.
There's some that are more. I'm a child. I have to remember not to use the big words, the big people words. Beigey, you know, like.
Yes. Kind of like creamy
beige, yes.
white. But my pigs are white pigs.
Where do you get a white pig from?
Oh, you breed those pigs. It depends on
There
the breed
are
that you
white
bring.
pigs?
Yeah, white pig. Yes, Pearson. I have to
Okay.
take you to Hildrick Farm.
You have to. You have to.
Definitely. Now remember, with teaching these children, you must take the children on site, whatever you're teaching, so that they see. Children learn visually.
Yes.
All right? You must have the visual there for them to see. So after you've told your story, you take them there on a tour. Now, what are the noises a pig would make?
Oink oink.
Oink, oink. And spell oink, oink.
O-I-N-K.
Correct. Good boy. Good boy.
I'm
Good
getting an A.
Good
I'm
boy.
getting an A.
Okay, let's go to the sheep.
Okay. Ba.
Ba.
Right.
Ba. No.
Ba.
No, right. No, ba. It depends on what mood the sheep is in.
Oh.
Yes. My father told me that when we were little. If the sheep are really tired, sometimes you barely hear the ba.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but in the morning you would hear the ba.
Oh, when they're hungry.
Definitely.
Look at me.
Correct. Cows. What sound do the cows make?
Moo.
Moo.
Yes.
Moo, moo, moo,
Yeah.
moo, moo. And mind you, they have the expression to do that. They show the expression.
Cows show expression?
Yes. I'm going to take you to Hildrick Farm.
I really should visit
No, you
Hildrick.
have to visit there. You would have to take.
I've
a morning
never
off and
looked
go
the
there.
cow in the face to see its expression.
Yes.
It just
Pearson.
moo.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Okay.
All right. Now we go. Now we did the sheep. What about the ducks? What noises do they make?
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
Quack, quack.
Yeah, and they're
Quack,
very
quack.
dainty.
Yes.
Very dainty.
Yes.
Like the ducks up at Codrington. Very, very dainty. Now, because you have more or less gotten a picture of the farm, would you like to come to the farm?
Oh, absolutely. Hildrick. Hildrick Farm.
Located in where?
St. Andrew.
St. Andrew, you
Yes.
mustn't forget.
Thank you,
mustn't
teacher.
Forget.
Thank you, farmer.
Now, on the farm, these animals do so many things. We have so many, children coming to visit the farm, even adults, even tourists. When they pass through St. Andrew, they come to the Hildrick Farm. And we have, of course, lots of animals. But, of course, the animals from time to time, some of them resting and so on, like the cows, the horses and so on. But we have loads of animals. And I really think animal life is an exciting life because they produce. You get meat from them, you get milk from them. They're goats, you can get goat milk, and goat milk is excellent. So the things that you said, you talked about the sounds, you talked about the colors. Now,
Please, teacher.
Yes.
What does the duck eat?
The duck would eat things like leaves. If you have, it depends on what kind of setup you have. If you have a pond, they will eat the lily leaves, and so mainly, right? But there's now duck feed.
Oh.
Yes, there's duck feed now. So you have to really do your research on animals. And if you have a good teacher, that teacher should be able to tell you everything about all the animals, especially if they're visiting farms and they have a farm. But for this lesson, I taught you songs,
sounds,
the colors, and what else?
The food.
And the food, but what else?
I'm sorry, teacher. I forgot something.
You forgot something. What is it that you forgot?
I'm not sure.
The colors, the sound, the food, and the shape.
And the shape.
The shape. And
Okay.
you didn't tell me the shape.
The shape, okay.
Okay, the shape of the cow.
It's massive. It's tall.
Yes.
Has four long legs.
Yes.
It has a little tail.
Yes.
Massive head.
Yeah, big head.
And it's round. Oh no, it's more oblong than round.
Correct. No, the duck. Remember I called the word for the duck? Very dainty.
Yes,
and very,
you did.
Very.
Yes, yes.
How we really should be.
She's very proud.
Very proud and very sleek.
So
and
she
all
walks
that.
and she swags like that. Yeah.
And the sheep.
Oh, the sheep is smaller. It's
Yes.
4 legs again, tail,
Exactly.
smaller head.
Yes.
Again, more cylindrical.
Okay, and the other one was a pig.
Oh, the pig. He's
Oink, oink, oink.
Yes, a little oink, oink.
Yes.
He has a snout.
Correct.
He has some ears that stick up like that.
Okay.
He also has a big belly and it's
Yes.
cylindrical and a tail.
Correct.
And 4
now,
legs.
For homework, because you were such a near A student, okay, you are going to draw each of those animals. Now, on the animal, we have lots of farm, lots of grass and trees, and we have a little hut for the workers to go and have their lunch, etc. Really, 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 I mean, photogenic.
Teacher, I'll do my can I do my lessons now?
Yes, you can.
All right, I tell you what, can you give me a few minutes?
Sure.
Thank you. Farmer who?
Theodore. Theodore the farmer.
Thank you. Theodore, back with more from Theodore the farmer. We're looking at literacy here, folks, in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Do you need your prescriptions filled fast with friendly and reliable service? Are you looking for vitamins, cosmetics, or over-the-counter medicines? We got you. Visit one of our 2 locations, Standard Pharmacy on Tweedside Road and CS Pharmacy on Broad Street. Contact us at 427-2047 or 429-3298. Looking after the good health of the nation every day.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-CAM tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are all students this morning. We're going to Farmer Theodore's Hill Jig Farm in St. Andrew to visit the farm, to just get a closer idea as to what happens on the farm, the people who are on the farm, the animals on the farm, and all of the lessons we can learn while being on the farm. So, Theodore the farmer, Sandyfield Kelman.
At your pleasure.
Thank you so much, Theodore. So where are you going to take me? Oh, I did my homework.
You did?
I did my homework.
You
I got
did.
it all done in a
Well, you want to hear something?
Sure.
Let me tell you, deserve a
I
sticker.
I do.
Yes, take
Thank
that
you.
on you. That's your sticker.
Thank you
for being
very
a
much.
Good student.
A student.
A student.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please. So where are we going next, Farmer Theodore?
After Hildrigg Farm, we are going to visit another farm. Only thing, this farm just has chickens, just chickens.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you like chickens?
I love chickens.
I mean to eat.
To eat.
Okay. Well, when we get to that farm, we are going to show you, okay, how you kill a chicken. Now, remember when I was growing up, people used the chickens in their yard. And I thought that those chickens were really tasty.
Yes.
Right? And I think that for teaching, Pearson, especially not necessarily literacy only, because this can be Montessori teaching, preschool teaching, I really do think that your setup, you need, if you're going to do farming, a farm teaching, you have to have the whole farm with all the animals. Because remember, you're teaching a child or children different aspects of farming.
Yes.
Because I had a child who I did that with, and he's now 30, and he's now an agronomist.
Oh, fantastic.
And everything he used to tell me, I want a book on farm and I want a book on animals at that tender age of 7. And he went on to study at St. Augustine and so on. I'm just saying that as you teach, whatever you're going to teach, you use puppets.
Yes.
You can use puppets, okay? And you use the puppets and you tell your story. So
Right.
what I want you to do
Sure.
is to put this puppet on and you,
Well, tell a story.
a little story, 4 lines, just 4 lines of a story, something that you think that you can relate to.
Hi, I am Michael.
You
Let's-
are?
Yes.
Oh.
What's your name?
I am Theodore the farmer.
Good to meet you, Theodore the farmer.
Yes.
Can I take you on to our chicken farm?
Sure, but you have to come to Hildrigg Farm first.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
I want to do that.
Definitely.
I'm at Hildrigg Farm now.
Oh, you.
I'm
what do-
using my imagination.
Really?
Yes.
What are you seeing at Hildrigg Farm?
At Hildrigg Farm, I'm
Really?
seeing the cows and the sheep
And
the goats and the pigs and the chickens.
Yes. Now, tell me the colors of those animals.
Which animal?
The ducks.
The ducks are white.
And the pigs
are brown.
Oh, only
Yeah,
brown?
He's dirty.
And the cow?
Oh,
brown cow with the big spots. Moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo.
Our cow is black.
Black. Oh, I love the brown cow.
I do too.
Now, so tell me from that little story you gave me, what did you learn? I am the student.
That animals come in different shapes,
Yes.
different colors, and they are food.
Oh.
But I don't want to kill any animals.
No.
So,
We're not to kill the animals.
so how do we eat them?
Well, chickens you have to kill because people have to earn their
No,
living.
it's my
yes. Yes.
Yes. Bam. Ouch. So it's simply that you have your games and you can learn from those games as well.
Yes. Remember, you're teaching children for the first time, little kids,
Yes.
because 15-year-olds will know this, they learn the words.
Yes.
So if they are really gripped in the story, those things resonate with them. So when they come to speak or write or so, those words should stay with them. Just a small little story, but you should have your atmosphere
Yes.
set up for that. So if you're doing Andromeda Gardens, you have all a lovely garden of flowers. So I think it's very important when you're teaching, especially because it comes under the phonics.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And sounding.
Yes.
Okay, the sounds. Okay? Moo, M-O-O, moo. And you teach them how to say that. So at the end of the lesson, when you evaluate your lesson, yourself, you know what you have taught. The colors, you have taught the sounds, you've taught the names and the shapes. Okay? So it's very, very, very important to share different things with the children, right? So at the end of that class, you know that those children have taken away and have gone away with different aspects of English.
Yes.
You know, and of learning. And then, of course, you can let teach them a song. So I'm going to ask you
Mm-hmm.
to do a song on one of the animals.
Okay. One of the animals is the pig. Oink, 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 oink.
Yes.
And my lesson for that, well, how do you spell oink?
O-I-N-K.
Can you hear, but did you hear it?
Yes. Oink, oink.
Correct.
Let us do a little song with that. Oink, oink, oink. That's the sound of a pig. Oink, oink, oink. That's the sound of a pig. Oink, oink, oink.
Oink.
That's the sound of a pig. And this is where the pig says, thank you.
Oh, thank you as well. Well done, Farmer Theodore. Farmer Theodore, we met Farmer Theodore today. And again, it's a different method of teaching.
Animation.
And through animation.
Animation.
And
Your teacher must be energized.
Yeah. And the tactical,
exactly.
What's the word? Tactile.
Tactile,
Approach as well. So you can see,
either tactile or
feel
kinesthetic.
those words, right?
You have to know those. Yes.
That's important to make your classroom come alive.
Yes.
Your child's learning
Yes.
experience
No longer
real.
be watching 4 white square walls
Yeah.
with a lot of desk in it. That's not teaching any. I'm talking little ones more so.
And it takes little to nothing, really,
Correct.
to have these
Correct.
kinds of puppetry to be a
But
part
you
of your
have to
class
be a
teaching.
person that's really into
it.
that, yes.
Yeah.
So everything that you have at home to recycle, you
Right.
can recycle covers, bottles, all types of things to use for your teaching aids.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's important. Let's make this real, folks. Let's give our children the best starts in life by making education and the life in the classroom fun and engaging and memorable, because it's the exam that requires them to have that memory. But nonetheless, it's the kind of information that they can engage meaningfully with. And so if you do it well, you will see well from your child, excellence coming from your children as well. So Farmer Sandy, thank you so much. Farmer
You're
Theodore.
welcome.
Good to meet you.
Anytime you want a class, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. All right, folks, we're taking a break right here. No, do we? Okay, would you like to? Okay, yeah, we'll take a break. We'll come right back in a minute.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Different words describe different people. But in the eyes of the law, there's one that fits us all. Human right number 7. We're all equal before the law. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Inchcape here in Warrens, taking a look at traffic. I'm telling you, traffic is not yet building to the point where it becomes difficult and impossible for you to navigate. But look, you can see they're just at the traffic limit, not the traffic lights, but by the roundabout, what we call the Warrens roundabout. But life in Warrens is becoming fast-paced, really, with all of the commercial activities residents in some instances as well, being a part of that mix right here in the Warrens area. So for those of you watching overseas, it's the compound what we called Simpson Motors before, now Inchcape. Back in May 2022, they were rebranded as Inchcape, and now they've been doing your business and doing business with you as well. But what a beautiful day it is indeed. If you look just a little bit above, you will see that the skies look a little overcast, but that's actually the Saharan dust that's invading our space as well. But life is nice and cool here at Inchcape in Warrens as well. If you've never been to Warrens, at this time, this is what mornings in Warrens looks like. Coming from all of the different arteries coming down and into the roundabout here at Warrens, the Edwy Talma roundabout, as a matter of fact, Darcy Scott roundabout is what they call it. And so people are taking their time, heading to work, heading to school, and making the most of the day. For those little ones heading to school today, we know you have exams. We wish you well on your examinations. To those of you sitting your common interests and so forth, travel safely. We wish you a lovely day today. So all week long, we will be showing you what traffic looks like here in Warrens as we spend time at Inchcape. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey parents, my name is Stacia and I'm a mom and a nutritionist. I know mornings can be hectic, especially that marathon before 8 a.m. Just getting those lunches ready for good health and energy throughout the day. No guilt, no judgment here. I know many of us have added those juice boxes and chips into the lunch boxes. All right, time for the face-off. On the left is an unhealthy lunchbox, and on my right is a healthy lunchbox. Let's unpack the contents. On my left, we're gonna find more of that juice drink, which has tons of sugar and hardly any nutrient value. You might even pack that salty snack, or you might pack a lunch that is just white bread, no dietary fibers in there, which is very important for our kids, and that protein that could be a bit salty as well. You might even include that cookie. Now, there's not a problem to have a cookie at times, but the overconsumption of these unhealthy foods are impacting our children in a large way. On my right, you might consider a more healthier lunchbox. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time either. You can pack a fresh fruit, high in potassium, all the nutrients you need to get that child through the day. You might consider a yogurt, rich in calcium as well for those strong bones and healthy teeth. And that lunchbox can also comprise of a healthy sandwich made of whole grain bread, slip in a bit of those veggies, and maybe another fresh fruit just to get them through the evening. And if you dare to consider adding a snack, look for those healthier snacks that are low in salt, low in fat, and certainly have some fiber content. And always, please don't forget, pack that vital nutrient, water. Costs you very little, but is important for growing children. So, which lunchbox would you choose? Let's raise a generation of healthy children for Barbados.
We talk about this. Sometimes, hold up, before you go away. We think that to eat healthy, we need to either be boring or we need to starve ourselves. Let's see how true that is. Here, we have a fast food meal and it amounts to about 2,200 calories. One meal. You got your milkshake and your soft drink, as well as those French fries and the burger. Let's see what we could get eating healthy. Nice breakfast. Your plantain, watermelon. Who loves watermelon? I love watermelon. Your boiled eggs and some toast as well. Whole grain. That's your breakfast. Yes, you still get lunch. Broccoli, nice veg, offers you fiber as well as the vitamins and minerals that you need, along with your pumpkin, your sweet potato as well, and your chicken breast for that protein.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Live from Inchcape, Barbados, this is time for the news. The importance of members of the Barbados Police Service engaging with communities beyond their roles as law enforcement officers was highlighted at the weekend. Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley made that point as the lawmen hosted a family fun day at the National Botanical Gardens. She said the event was held to facilitate that kind of interaction and as a way of showing appreciation for the dedicated service provided by the officers.
The members of the Barbados Police Service do not come from anywhere else but Barbados. It means that they are parts of the community. It means their families are part of the community. And no matter how hard we work with the law enforcement posture, it is important to find a space where their families and their colleagues can come together in wholesome activity, as we can see, playing sports, having a lot of fun. The president is here, a number of us are here. And this is really just to tell them that we care, we thank them, we love them, and that we understand the sacrifice that they're making with their families.
Well, the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation is helping to fuel the crop-over excitement with several new weekly entertainment events. Among them, the 98.1 Signal Fridays, which has been launched in collaboration with the National Cultural Foundation and aims to be a part of the momentum towards the crop-over season. Speaking during the first event at First and Last Bar, Upper Carlton St. James, Marketing, Communications and Events Officer Alicia Hinkson says the series will continue right up to the crop-over opening gala. She adds that the CBC team has planned a number of activities and parties every Friday, Saturday and Sunday designed to get patrons into the spirit of the festival and keep the crop-over energy alive across the island.
We're going to climax at the Queen's Park opening gala with the NCF, so you can look out for loads of fun every single Friday, every single Saturday, and every single Sunday. CBC has launched Crop-Over. We are active, we are ready, we are bringing that culture to every single community in Barbados. That's what we're doing with the NCF. We're moving right around the island, and we're bringing the artists, the culture, the music. It's no way that by the end of Crop-Over, you wouldn't know every single Crop-Over song. Between logging on to the radio station and coming to CBC's activations every single weekend, we are going to own Crop-Over.
The staff of the Central Bank of Barbados were celebrated and awarded for their hard work and dedication that came during their annual gala and dinner. Rachel Agard has the story.
The Concord experience was transformed for a red carpet affair as the stars aligned for the Central Bank's team. And 59 members of the bank were awarded for their continued service, with 29 of them receiving special awards for exceptional performance, innovation, collaboration, and service that transcends expectations. The Central Bank Governor, Dr. the Most Honorable Kevin Greenidge, says this was a pause to celebrate the stars among them because they matter.
At the same time, we have 30 colleagues who receive Long Service Awards, making milestones from 5 years to 45, almost as old as I am. So you know that is not me. Now, those numbers are impressive, and they indeed are, because they represent full commitment, they represent continuity, they represent contribution. Indeed, they are the story of the people who choose, year after year, to give their very best to this institution.
Dr. Greenidge notes the honorees highlight what happens when excellence is internalized and takes root. He stresses it is not what they have done, but ideally how they have done it, while reminding all that excellence is intentional, purposeful, sustained, and beautifully contagious.
The kind of excellence I'm talking about is not the excellence that announces itself proudly. More often, it reveals itself through consistency, through people who prepare thoroughly, who support teams, who care deeply about the quality of the work that they do. To our special awardee recipients, we are recognizing you because you have stood out in ways that uplift others.
Dr. Greenidge implores all team members to continue to internalize excellence. At the end of the night, the team from the Human Resource Department copped the coveted Governor's Award. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Let's go to sports now. Alzari Joseph is back in the West Indies red ball team after recovering from a back injury. The pacer has been named in the 15-member squad for the upcoming 3-match one-day international series against Sri Lanka, scheduled for the 3rd to the 8th of June at Sabina Park. The series comes at the start of a crucial stage in the West Indies campaign for automatic qualification to the 2027 ICC Men's ODI World Cup. Led by Captain Shea Hope, the West Indies team will also be aiming to extend their unbeaten home ODI streaks to 5 consecutive victories, with the last triumph coming against Pakistan in August of last year. Spinner Gurukesh Moti, who missed the series away to New Zealand in November, has also been returned to the team, along with Shimron Hetmeyer, who was reintegrated into the team, set up as part of the CWI's strategic build-up towards the 50-over World Cup in October and November next year. Head coach Darren Sammy says his team will also play a decent brand of cricket to overcome the Sri Lankan team.
Sri Lanka, they are a very disciplined and skillful ODI unit, especially in conditions that demand patience and smart cricket. For us, this series is about setting the standard, the intensity in the field, the clarity with the bat, and the consistency with the ball. We want to play fearless but intelligent cricket and continue building the identity we believe West Indies cricket should represent. I also want us to become a team that win moments repeatedly rather than rely solely on brilliance.
That's a look at news and sports until now. More news and sports coming up at noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados is back live from Inchcape, Barbados in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why? I need.
Hi, I'm Aisha Nichols, your weekday Newsnight anchor. Trusted news, news that matters, credible, balanced, and committed. Join me every weeknight at 7 p.m. on CBC TV8 and www.cbc.bb or listen on Q100.7 FM.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
If you're tracking your commute, take a look at your screen right now. That's what Warrens is beginning to look like right here, just outside of Inchcape, Barbados. In Warrens, the traffic is approaching the roundabout. And so now it doesn't look so bad. You can actually be on the road. It's relatively easy to traverse the area, but naturally that will change as the moments tick by as well. So we wish you a safe commute as you go. Inside of Inchcape in Warrens, of course, we're talking now to the TVET Council. I'm joined by the Manager of Technical Services Acting, Mr. Dario Walcott, and with him is Kamisha King, who is the Acting Senior Technical Officer with the TVET Council. To both of you, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's going on, Dario?
Well, so we have the Health and Wellness Conference. It's the first time we're having this Health and Wellness Conference with the TVET Council. We have a flagship conference, Barbados Annual Construction and Design Conference, and we're looking to do these sector conferences. So TVET Council is responsible for ensuring that Barbados has a competitive workforce. We're the awarding body for national and Caribbean vocational qualifications. So when you get that formal qualification, what happens afterwards? So in order to remain current, in order to remain relevant, you need to have some continuous professional development. We want to create a culture of lifelong learning. So that's why we're having these sector conferences. So we're at right now the Health and Wellness Conference because health and wellness is everybody's business.
And I mean, it's naturally flows right there from there why we should have this. But how does this conference look, Kimisha? What are you doing at the conference specifically?
And so the conference takes place June 17th to 21st.
It's a long conference.
I know. From the 17th, because we have so much happening, from the 17th on to the 19th, we're going to be doing conference workshops still. And then on the 20th, we have our open day that's going to be happening at Botanical Gardens, and that starts from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And then on the Sunday, which is Father's Day, we're celebrating fathers in a big way. We have our dinner and our awards, and that's where we're going to be able now to acknowledge and honor those men and women who are making strides within the industry. And that's the breakdown of what's happening.
So who is this conference for?
And so the conference is for our paraprofessionals, it's for professionals as well, for students as well. It's for those individuals who are looking to gain those CPDs, continual professional development credits. And that's going to be able to help them for those persons who need to get those things in place so that they're able to continue practicing. And then it's also for those persons who need that cutting edge information and knowledge so that they are able to build themselves up. So like the fitness trainers and so on. We're talking about the physiotherapists, we're talking about the dietitians, the nutritionists, and we're talking about the paramedics. You know, it goes all the way down to students who are studying in terms of health and so on, the wellness coaches, the insurance agents, you know, so it's really for those persons who are in health and wellness, those who are in the spa industry as well.
A conference is also a mini workshop.
Yeah.
So what sessions are going to be happening during the conference over those days?
So some of the topics that we're going to be talking about, for example, we're going to have a lot of panel discussions. One of them is going to be talking about managing illness within the workplace, and that's going to be done by some of our people from Ministry of Health. We're going to have persons from the Diabetes Association too as well who will be there. We're also going to be talking about creating that that healthy workspace for the Gen Z. You know, we want to hear from them, so we're going to have discussions on that. Then we're also going to be talking about PCOS. We're going to be talking about premenopause as well. Those are some of the discussions that will be happening in the room. Then we're going to address for men's health as well, looking at prostrate health. And then we're going to look at specific details concerning health and wellness and how it is growing within globally so that persons are able to get the information that they need.
So information will be shared, and then us who are going to be participants have an opportunity to not just absorb the information, but to reflect that information through questions and answers and everything else, and demonstrations and the like.
Absolutely.
So it's very interactive. Those who might say, but I didn't know about this until now, or what do I now need to do?
You need to come and get registered. You
How?
can even give us a call at 434-3790 or go to our website at www.tvacouncil.com.bb.
Is there a cost to registration?
Yes, there is. For the workshop days, there is a cost, and each day is $325. However, if you are a member of any association, you get a discounted rate. And if you are doing all 3 days, you also get a special rate if you have at least 5 or more persons who will be attending with you. And if you decide, hey, I want to buy a table, you know, I just want to get a table because I want my organization to be in the room, then you also get a discount too as well for being there.
So I can pick and choose what day I want to register for?
Yes, you can.
Or take all of them?
Yes.
And then bring my posse with me as well?
You can.
All right, TVET Council is where you need to go and look. And then again, Darry, you know, I have to come back to the why. Because this is not what you all are designed to do, or is it?
Well, as I said, we are here to ensure that Barbados has a competitive workforce. And obviously, when you finish your formal education, if you stop there and you work for 20 years and you don't continue to develop, then we have a problem. So you're not competitive anymore. You don't know what's going on in the world. So that's the point of this. So those persons that would normally have to travel to get those CPEs, we're bringing them to you, right? And at the end of the conference, to track the CPEs, you will get a digital badge and an e-certificate. These you can post on your LinkedIn. You can send to your associations as proof, as a record that you've completed these hours.
Is this the first time, or is this the
This is the first for health and wellness. But I said we had the Barbados Annual Construction and Design
I know
Conference.
that one, but
Yeah,
this health and wellness is the
very
first time.
Yes.
And as it's the first, it becomes a benchmark of sorts. So you sort yourself out thereafter as it goes. So far, how have people been responding?
Oh, people are very interested and people are chomping at the bit. So people need to register very quickly if they want to get a seat here, and especially for our open day. And our open day is where the public meet the professionals. So it gives an opportunity for the professionals in the industry to come and showcase what they actually do. And for those health and wellness professionals, what we recognize during our consultations is that a lot of people don't know what the other people do. So there's some time where people can network. Networking is extremely important, especially in a small country like Barbados. So that's what this Health and Wellness Conference provides for Barbados.
When is the open day, Kamisha?
It's going to be June 20th.
The 20th, the day before Father's Day.
Correct.
So on the 20th is when we can come, and where do we come to network and to engage and to get to know more about these other professions?
At Botanical Gardens.
Also
the
at the
National Botanical Gardens.
So where's
but
the conference?
The conference is happening at Hilton, Barbados.
Okay.
And then the
weekend
awards,
events are at the thing.
But the dinner and awards is happening at Sandals Royal.
Sandals Royal.
I got you. So there's a lot. So once you register, of course, those details will be given to you, so you know. But on the 20th, this Saturday, we come to Botanical Gardens, and we can engage with all of the services relative to health and safety. We get to know more. We get to ourselves see what we do and how what we do can be dangerous to someone else or otherwise. And so the information is important. And what time is the open day activity?
It's 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and it's free to the public, so there's no cost for that one.
9 to 5, totally free.
Yes.
Got that right. The Botanical Gardens, I just gave her a picnic.
Yeah.
What I'm very absorbed the
Yes.
information. And so we want to encourage you to go online right now and place where we get your registration in. Again, reminder, the link for registration is?
That will be tvetcouncil.com.bb.
tvetcouncil.com.bb and register. As Dario said, people are chomping at the bits. So therefore, the spaces are becoming quite limited now. And so it's important that you get in as soon as possible, because on the 17th of June is when the conference on health and wellness starts, and it ends on Father's Day with a big celebration in National Botanical Gardens where fathers are truly celebrated.
The 21st, dinner and awards, Sandals Royal.
The 21st.
Yeah, that's
is
the
it Sanders?
ends,
yeah.
Oh, that
Sanders
was the
one.
Sanders. The
Yeah.
20th is when we go to National Botanical Gardens.
Yes, yes.
So, but the details you will find once you go to tvetcouncil.com.bb and get to all the details. Register as soon as possible. To you, Dario and Kamisha, I thank you.
Thank you.
Wish you well. I really hope that many, many people of all of your sectors do show up and engage in this activity. It's very well needed indeed.
Yes.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome. We're back live from Inchcape in just a moment.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories, and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scald is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scald, a look into the future.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Live from Inchcape, Barbados in Warrens is where we are for the rest of a few weeks, as a matter of fact. So we want to encourage you to come on down. Remember, the doors are opening here at Inchcape at 7:30. In 7 minutes, you can be one of those into the doors here at Inchcape to get your first-hand look at some of the vehicles they have on offer. We encourage you to come down as soon as possible. They will close around 4:30, but they're also open on the weekend, so take note. And now we turn our attention to some of the regional developments as relates to the way we communicate and how ICT really helps make life so much more meaningful and practical for us in the region. So we thought we should sit today with the Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union in Rodney Taylor. Rodney, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
So much has been happening ICT based in the region. Again, your initiative, your energy, no doubt, and your team.
Thank you.
Does it make you dizzy?
Sometimes, yeah. I have a good team, though, you know, and it's good to work for the region at the regional level. So I'm happy to be doing this job.
What are some of the developments that you've seen happening that you think that people of the Caribbean need to be really excited about?
Well, there's a lot of new technology on the market. Artificial intelligence, of course, is a new buzz, and we're focusing on that, making some recommendations on how to help our governments keep abreast of developments, and also private sector as well in artificial intelligence. So that's one to be excited about, artificial intelligence. There's also new developments in satellite communications that are, yes, empowering in new ways of communicating, whether you're flying or whether you're at sea, or even your mobile phone now is able to connect directly to a satellite, so wherever you are, you can be connected.
Your team, you don't do equipment, you do legislation or regulation.
We do policy, we do capacity building, so we train and provide knowledge to ministers, to the advisors to those ministers. We have 21 countries that are members of the CTU, so there's a lot. When the ministers are appointed, we meet with them, we share experiences, and we support also at the national level the implementation of digital transformation strategies and policies, yes.
So essentially, there are people out there, literally out there, who are creating and having ideas and having moments, and they come to the union and ask for help with regulation and policy and so forth, or is that brought by the government?
It's brought by the government. So we're really a specialized institution of CARICOM, an intergovernmental organization. So at the highest level, we advise ministers. So in the case of Barbados, Minister Jonathan Reed, the Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, I think industry is in there as well. He sits on the General Conference of Ministers, and as I said, we help in terms of supporting his national ambitions.
Barbados is very ambitious on its digital ID programming. Is that something that would come to the CTU?
Yeah, so we have guidelines on the implementation of digital identities across our member states. So we were very excited to see the announcement by the Prime Minister of Barbados and the President of Guyana in terms of using the national digital ID to support travel without a passport. And this is something we'd love to see other member states join on to as well.
Why?
Because that's the whole embodiment of the CARICOM single ICT space, and also the CARICOM freedom of movement and the integration movement, is that we should allow, remove friction in terms of moving from one country to the next. Of course, if we can get cheaper flights as well, that would help.
That's it.
Yes, that would help significantly. But at least, you know, the facilitation of easy access by way of an ID, and that ID also beyond travel would allow me, when I get to the other destination, eventually to be able to open a bank account, for example, or open a service, or, you know, sign up for a service like mobile phones and stuff like that.
Which means all my metrics are stored on that ID.
Not all of your metrics. I can't say what the government of Barbados is storing, but it has enough that authenticates who you are and to give you access to a service, to open a bank account, for example.
How different is that from a passport, just sort of curiosity?
Well, the passport, they're all credentials, right? They both identify you as, you know, Pearson, Rodney, etc. So they're both issued, government-issued IDs, so they're authentic, they're accepted most places in the world. Almost every government would accept a passport for travel. The passport allows for stamping. For those countries that still stamp the passport, well, the passport has the pages for stamping. But many countries have done away with that rubber stamp, and once they have you on the system, in fact, they know when you're coming before you even get there. So the passport pages is something that eventually I think will fade out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talked a lot about education and making sure that we do have the skill sets within the region, and how the Caribbean Telecommunications Union helps with that process. I understand that there's now an MOU between yourselves and the UWI. What is that to achieve?
Yes, that's a very new MOU signed just last week, Thursday, I think it was.
Is that new?
Yeah, but we've always done work with the University of the West Indies. We have a School of Digital Transformation that we host annually with the University of the West Indies and other partners, and that is specifically designed, again, capacity building. So putting on courses to help at the technical level, understanding these new technologies as they emerge. Artificial intelligence, UE is doing a lot of stuff there, so we want to be a part of that to help people understand, to demystify artificial intelligence so that we are also part of the game, and it is not something that is happening to us, but we're actively participating in that development as well.
As a regulatory body, is it that you're simply saying, okay, this is the regional experience and this is our regional position and it's exclusive of any other external positions?
No, not at all. We engage internationally. So we are part of the International Telecommunication Union as well. So there's stuff that's going on globally. We want to ensure that what we're doing regionally and nationally fits in with that, right? So that we are able to interconnect, we're able to share, and whatever we develop here, we're able to offer to the rest of the world. And just for clarification, we are not a regulatory body ourselves, even though we facilitate annually meetings of the national regulators. And in fact, they've agreed just last year in Jamaica to establish a regional regulatory body specifically to deal with regulation of the ICT sector. We are at the policy level, capacity building level, even at the level of representation. As I mentioned, we go to international conferences to advocate for issues on behalf of the Caribbean.
What concerns us with this are and I come back to the comparisons again and how we interact and intersect with outside external situations. What is it that we see, how far behind are we as a region as it relates to our telecommunications, internet connectivity?
Yeah, unfortunately, we are behind the rest of the world. We have been making significant strides within the last years. We have a good connectivity. So it varies from market to market. From Barbados to Jamaica to Cuba. Cuba is one of our members. You have smaller markets like Montserrat. In Barbados, there's excellent connectivity. Flow rolled out 5G last year. Digicel also has 4G. You have good fiber connectivity, so high speed you can get up to a gigabit connection at your house. So on the infrastructure side, the lines that facilitate communication, the mobile phones, we are up there with the rest of the world. And in fact, better in some cases than even the developed countries. But the implementation of digital services where citizens can interact, there's still too many Barbadians, still too many Caribbean people standing in line to apply for service, waiting for months to get an appointment in some cases. So we're saying for those countries that have, for many years now, facilitated application for public services on your mobile phone, from the comfort of your home, being able to pay a bill, being able to use digital currency to facilitate even the purchase of a coconut from the side of the road. These are things that have been done in Kenya, for example, for many years, digital payment. So we need to get there. There's a lot for us to do.
Part of that lot for us to do is education, because there's still obviously some fear and misunderstanding as to how our lived reality is, take your wallet, open it, you pull, and there's a form of exchange. When that is not part of the equation, is that where did the money come from or where is the money going?
Yeah.
And so you could well understand that.
I do.
As a regional body, how do you see tackling of that misinformation so that we can have everyone clear on what it means?
Yeah, it's a constant effort. We have to be determined. The reality is that some cities you go to now overseas, you can't use cash. They don't want cash. There's a risk associated with having cash. So as comfortable as we feel storing cash, there's a risk to it. When we travel overseas, then we have to think in terms of changing into a US dollars or Canadian dollars or euros, as opposed to taking out a card and being able to access your money from any part of the world. I'm also able, me personally, I don't really use cash because I'm able to track my payments much more easily on the phone. You know, sometimes you have a wallet full of cash. At the end of the week, you don't know where it's going.
That's right.
Good. I'm able to track every cent that I spend by using digital services.
So it's something we all need to get on board with.
Absolutely.
Indeed. All right, so we'll take a break. We'll continue this conversation with Rodney Taylor, who is the Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Do you struggle with maintaining healthy blood sugar levels or experience occasional digestive discomfort? Berberine and curcumin from Solaray might be the best solution you're looking for. Backed by research, their rigorous testing ensures that every ingredient meets their strict standards. Don't let occasional health concerns hold you back, and find it at your closest nature's discount.
Next case, the People versus Martin White. Mr. White has been charged with guilty. Next case.
But Your Honor, you haven't heard the charges yet.
Guilty. Next case. Guilty. 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 Life in prison. Guilty.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're live from Inchcape, Barbados here in Warrens. Remember, the doors are now open for business with you. Indeed, so we want to encourage you to come on over to the showroom and see the vehicle of choice today. They're closing at 4:30, but they're prepared to sit and wait with you. They actually use telecommunications to engage with you. That's what we're talking about right now. How do we connect and do business without having to leave the comfort of our space or having the exchange of cash as we know it? And so joining us is the Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union in Rodney Taylor. As we took the break, I keep remembering that today is June the 1st. June the 1st starts our observers, I'll use that word broadly, of hurricane season. We've had some interesting examples across the region recently, last year in particular, where Jamaica was hit so hard. So sometimes so many people were had lost connectivity. What were the lessons learned from that?
Well, the lessons learned is that the emergency communications are extremely important when you have flattened infrastructure. When your mobile network is down, your telecoms lines are down, you need emergency communications. And that comes ideally in the form of satellite communications. They're beaming from the sky, and so they're less impacted, or the impact is less. So as fast as you can get emergency equipment in to support emergency responders, you know, the firemen, the police, and so on, that have to go into the community, clear the roads. And so we were pleased to be able to work with Hispasat, a Spanish satellite company, to provide those services to Jamaica in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. This is something we want to do. We're developing an ongoing relationship with CDIMA, which is another CARICOM institution. So that equipment is still there. It's been deployed, paid for by the European Union for 6 months, and now we're in discussions about extending that for another 12 months. But it's important to have that equipment positioned before the hurricane comes. You don't want to be scrambling to get it in, and this is something we want to roll out across the region.
When do you hope to do that rollout?
Well, so we are in discussions with the EU and with Hispasat. There are other providers as well, the names that are so familiar with Barbadians, Starlink. They have a relationship with CDIMA, so some of it is already positioned. CDIMA has I don't speak for them, but they have a bank of equipment that they can deploy quickly. We're also working with the International Telecommunications Union. What's important is also to have the policies in place and regulation that allows the free movement of that equipment. You don't want it stuck in customs because they don't know what this equipment is for. You don't want that equipment to interfere with any of the other equipment that is already there in terms of the spectrum or any conflicts with the radio frequencies. So those things we're actively working and engaging with our member states on.
Are you happy with the state of mind? I'll use that word broadly because the next generation of people, to assume your position, for instance, who can move telecommunications and accessibility forward. And I'm looking at it from the youth perspective, who live in that space every minute of the day. Are you getting that level of engagement at that level where you can see some interesting ideas and concepts flowing there from?
Absolutely. All of the interesting ideas come from the young people. In fact, we have a youth network that we've established since about 2022. That youth network is chaired by a young person. There's also a vice chair, and we're building that network out regionally. What we're ensuring that those young people also come with us when we go to these international conferences, so they get early exposure, and they also help us in terms of engagement and supporting the Caribbean delegations that travel. So we're seeing very active young people. I want to encourage Barbadian youth to go online on ctu.int and sign up for that youth network. There are many opportunities. We're offering internships, we're offering travel with us to our international conferences and capacity building as well.
ctu.int. Yes. ctu.int is the website to which you can turn and to get more information. You young people, I'm too old for it now. You young people who are so engaged in technology, who see opportunities that you think need developing, that's what you can do. ctu.int. We're also trying to get more and more women engaged in ICT. That move, I know you can say, I'm working with the University of the West Indies, which captures both genders.
Yes.
But specifically women.
Yeah.
Is, I know, one of the focus that the CTU has.
So yes, absolutely. And we've established a network of women as well. So it's called CTU Now, CTU Network of Women. We have a quarterly publication where we highlight women who are leading in the ICT sector. So there's still a gap, and we still have a lot of work to do to get women in leadership positions. Of course, we think that can only help us in terms of the capacity and the sort of different perspective that women have to offer. So that quarterly publication highlights women who are leading in the sector. We've highlighted the Secretary General, for example, of the International Telecommunications Union. She's the first Secretary General in about 156 years. I think it's 100 or 120, sorry. I think I got the number right. But the fact is, she's the first female. We also highlighted the Secretary General of the Commonwealth Telecoms Organization. Again, first female in over 100 years. And so we want to be able to highlight these stories and encourage our young women in particular. We do have also Girls in ICT annual event, again, promoting women in participation in the sector.
We're moving forward.
Yes, we are moving forward.
Now the big one that gets everybody, roaming. I
Roaming.
leave here, I go there, and suddenly I have to switch everything off because the roaming charges are...
Yes.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
let's talk a little bit. I know the last time we spoke, you were looking at tackling that.
Yes.
Where are we?
So I'm happy to say that in 2022, we actually negotiated an agreement with the operators that completely put a new roaming regime in place. So there's still something you have to do. So you can buy roaming passports or roaming packages, significantly reduced rates. I think I've seen packages for $15, $20 US, for example. Without those packages, if you go roaming, for example, without that, you could come back with $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on your bill. And nobody wants that. So I'm happy to say we were able to successfully do that with the Declaration of St. George's, led by Prime Minister Mitchell in Grenada, who has the lead in CARICOM for science and technology. In addition, there are developments in the market now with eSIMs, right? Embedded SIMs, so that you're able to choose. So it's not a physical SIM, it's in the phone. You're able to choose if you're traveling to Europe. For example, you can select eSIM for Europe, all of Africa, or internationally. And that also ensures that you're not paying exorbitant fees for roaming. You can watch your Netflix, your YouTube, wherever you go, and you can roam to your heart's content.
Carefully, to your heart's content.
Once you do it right.
Once you do it right. Because I heard about it. I'm so cautious to try it, but I'm still cautious to try it.
I use it all the time.
And it works.
Of course, yeah. I have to because I travel so much. I don't want to come back with a bill for $4,000 or $5,000.
Which is what I fear.
Absolutely.
Should I get it wrong?
Absolutely.
Of
course.
And so we're very excited about the space, the ways in which we can do so.
Yeah.
Number portability, I know, is one of the things that, for a long time we've been doing here in Barbados.
Yes.
Is that something, from where you sit as Secretary General of the CTU, are you seeing more and more of our regional neighbors doing the same?
Absolutely.
Or is that driven by the provider?
No, it's really driven by governments and regulators, right? Because in various markets, you may get resistance to it because it gives the customer more freedom, right? And in some markets, especially if you're the smaller player, you're interested because you want to port some customers. And so I constantly get offers to switch. And the good thing about switching is that you can keep your number. And that was always the barrier to switching, because for maybe if you had your number for 10 years, it's out there. They have to notify everybody that your number has changed. And now you can switch provider if you're not happy, and you can keep your number and you don't have to even notify anyone.
The other bugbear for a lot of us are hackers, and those intrusive people who come and steal our data.
Yeah.
What is the telecommunications focus on this?
Awareness as well, awareness. Not to click on links that you have no idea, and that's where a lot of the problem is. People receive offers and which are too good to be true, and they click the link, and then their system is breached. So awareness around safe online use. But also the ability, in particular at the level of businesses, for those running critical services like banks, that the proper technology is in place to detect, to identify, and also to protect the customer data, especially sensitive data.
Would you, as Secretary General of CTU, what is your dream? What do you wish for the ICT space across the region? You wish that one day, even if it's just with a snap of a finger, it just happens and we're all in some way connected and making business so much easier?
My dream is that we fully leverage the technology that we have at our disposal, that we contribute, that we're not just using the technology, but that we're developing the technology. And then a few of the big names in tech come from the region. You know, we hear the Mark Zuckerbergs and the others, the big companies like Apple and Meta and Google. I would like to see some of those companies rising up from the Caribbean. For us, as I mentioned, not having to stand in line, not having to wait 3 months for an appointment to get a passport or to get a whatever government service. That is it. I've identified, I love to go to Singapore. They have it right in many ways, and it's a small island developing state just like Barbados. They've rolled out 5G. They're benefiting tremendously from it. A lot of their ports are automated, so they're self-driving vehicles within the ports moving containers and stuff. So the level of efficiency with which they're able to move containers through the port, able to offer services, is what gives them a competitive advantage above even those very developed countries.
At the same time, we have to balance that against the other reality, which is, if you're so automated, then there's no need of me, the human beating heart.
Well, then you go on the beach and relax.
It was just that simple indeed. But but what you just talked about, rising up of those people who create services, Caribbean AI, for just a minute, I want to come back to that.
Yeah.
What would it take for us to be able to have our own artificial intelligence driven by the Caribbean experience?
Well, there are a number of countries doing a number of things, and small companies as well. So they're leveraging like open source AI to create their own models. It's important, for example, for us to train these models to speak our local dialect, right? To speak our local language, Bajan, Jamaican, and that kind of thing. So the big tech companies are not going to do that for us. So it's important that we build the capacity here, that when we speak in Bajan, that the AI understands and answers correctly. So we're hosting a first Caribbean Artificial Intelligence Forum in July in Trinidad and Tobago. Again, the information is on our website. We'll tell you, we're advocating for governments to put the right environment in place, not to fear artificial intelligence, but to be able to leverage it so that, again, we use it to our advantage.
Indeed so.
Yeah.
The future sounds bright and exciting, thanks to you, Rodney, and your team.
Absolutely.
Remember, the website is ctu.int, ctu.int, ctu.int. You can go there. You can read more about the ongoings at the Caribbean Telecommunications Union. You can see all the opportunities that are available to you as well as a young person to begin to leverage your passion in a way that makes a difference and brings greater development to the region and our space as well, and then perhaps for you globally. But let's see if we can actually push the envelope even further by what you can think and how you can create as well. So we're excited about what the future means in telecommunications for us indeed. Thank you again, Rodney, for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Rodney Taylor, the Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, sitting with us, taking a look at some of the developments regionally in telecommunications and in connectivity, and how together with his team, we are moving and making things far more practical for our lived experience. Morning Barbados continues live from Inchcape, Barbados, right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is a story about human rights. For those that don't know, you need to. Yo, a starving artist, but his lyrics so worldwide. His friend and manager was a snake in disguise, and he was bitten. His song sold without his permission. Saw his record on the shelf, the snake had stolen his vision. But knowing his rights, he could protect himself. Fair treatment by fair courts, he got the law to help. The other dude just sunk weak, looked like a punk. Could hardly open his mouth to speak, popping that jump. You better get up, stand up. If you've been done wrong, you better stand up for your rights like that Marley song. Get yourself represented, lawfully defended. Know your human rights, don't ever surrender. No, don't ever surrender. Yeah. Let's go.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Hi, good day. I'm Auntie Diane to some of the children in my life, but I'm also Dr. Diane Brathwaite from the Barbados Diabetes Foundation. So it has been shown that consumption of sugar in excessive amounts contributes to diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, acne, concentration problems, putting on excess weight, and I could go on and on. Do you know that some of your favorite juices, soft drinks, flavored waters contain as much as 6, 10, 12, 17 teaspoons of sugar?
17. 17?
I bet you didn't know that 1 teaspoon of sugar is equal to 4 grams of carbohydrates. So when you drink a drink that contains 53 grams of sugar, do the math. How many teaspoons of sugar are you drinking?
Give me water instead.
Rethink your drink.
A message from the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Barbados and Partners.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right. You caught me mid-sentence, did you? Well, hello, everybody. Welcome again to Inchcape, Barbados, here in Warrens. And I brought along a good friend of all of us, Shane Seeley of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Shane, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you. I must thank you on the outset.
What are you thanking me for?
M29.
It is yours.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It is yours. Just walk
I
right
know
through that
there was
door.
a reason why you came on Morning Barbados
Walk
this morning.
through that door. It's already open to do business with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
before
much.
you leave, I expect to see you signing the dotted line, huh?
Of course, of course.
That's a promise. That's a promise. All right. So here we are. Today is Monday, Shane. And
One of my favorite days of the week.
I know it is. And so I know generally with you and radio, it's a very important day as well.
Yes.
It's season what now?
Season 5 of
We're counting.
our Pulse radio show, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital Pulse radio show. Yes, we've been coming to you through Q100.7 FM for this is the 5th season, and just bringing you up to speed on everything that has been happening across our hospital. It is an important milestone for us because we are almost midway in the 2025 to 2028 strategy. You know that we had the public town hall recently,
Yes.
sharing with the public everything that has been happening with that, the successes so far, what is in train and what is to come. And we will continue to do that through the Pulse radio show with a bit of add-ons. And I say add-ons because there are some other initiatives not directly connected to the strategy, but that are unfolding that will make life a whole lot easier for patients coming through the hospital. I always say precursor, it is not perfect. Everything is a work in progress, but we are aiming to get things right to better meet the demands of patients and all of those who use the facilities of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital.
It's an interactive show. That is, the
Of
Queen
course.
Elizabeth Hospital, again, wants to hear from you folks. They want to hear from you. So it's a call-in program, in other words. And
It
so
is.
for just a moment in time, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital opens its ears wide to hear your comments, your queries, your questions, and your compliments. Because I must tell you that they're doing some phenomenal things at the QEH, which I think should always be underscored as well.
Indeed, and you know we had our medical physicist and our lead oncologist on the show on Friday just to explain to you some of the great work happening in the oncology department through the Linear Accelerator program. And that's just a snapshot of some other great initiatives happening. We've been talking about it a lot, the health information system that is being rolled out, and come the middle of this month, we'll be launching the pilot for that project. So we're moving swiftly ahead with that as well. Of course, I know people's concerns. There are a lot of them around ophthalmology, and the Director of Medical Services through that latest town hall would have explained some of the things that will be happening there to make sure some of those cataracts that have been backed up can be done sooner rather than later. So a lot to come. And then when you look at the neonatal intensive care unit and pediatrics, so much great things happening. There's so many advances in care. That's one of the beacons. You also had one of our leads. She's in Canada on a fellowship, and she's going to bring back that expertise to NICU, to pediatric care at the hospital. So a lot of moving parts all coming together, and we're going to share them during the season, starting today at 10 a.m. with the Chief Executive Officer.
Is it 10 or 11?
You're right, Pearson.
I'm always
11.
right.
11 to 12. 11 to 12. But you
Yes.
know, we're always in a hurry.
Yes.
To get there and
Yes.
share with the public. Yes, we want to share the good news, but as you said, we want to hear from members of the public. They do have some concerns, and when we get them, we funnel them through our patient advice and liaison service. People may remember that number, 536-4800. You know, so we just want to cater to those needs. Again, not perfect, but we're trying to we're aiming to do better.
And then like that fact that you're aiming to do better, but you're also aiming to listen while you do so, because sometimes one can get so focused on the processes that you forget there are people in the midst of all of that. And I know that that's why you want to hear in the Pulse radio show as well from the people, to hear what did we forget anything? What are your concerns? What are your thoughts?
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
You hit it, because some of those proposals, again from the public town hall, are fed into the 2025 to 2028 strategy. I know Mr. Clark always likes to remind the general public, one of the major pillars of that strategy in relation to parking, not only for staff, but for visitors, patients as well. That is something that may have been overlooked initially, and we drafted that into the strategy, and now we're moving ahead, and we've had some headway in relation to that, and very soon we should have more parking available for the staff and soon for the public as well. So we want to hear their proposals, because some of these proposals can make definitely life easier for members of the public.
Absolutely. So the focus of today's show is what?
The focus of today's show is, again, what we would have doubling down on what we would have done at the public town hall. Showcasing the strategy, showcasing where we are, talking about some of the wins even in accident and emergency department and across the board, talking about some of those projects in progress and looking towards the future, and just giving members of the public, again, another opportunity to feed in to our hospital, and as the motto states, getting better together, so that we can all get better together.
And I think in getting better together, it gives us a greater understanding of how our behavior sometimes impact on that delivery of service.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that delivery of service is withheld, but simply to see when we don't quite understand, sometimes then we don't quite appreciate what else is going on.
And it's all about navigating that system. I say that over and over. It can be a complex system. When people come in the state that they're normally in through accident and emergency, they're fearful, they're a bit anxious. We try to calm them down, but it can be a bit overwhelming understanding the system even after you leave the hospital and come back to outpatients. But again, through these programs, through the outreach that we will continue to do through CBC and other channels, we will continue to try to demystify and also break down that barrier of information and close that gap, so that people have a better understanding of where I need to go and how I need to get that health care which is best suited for me, whether it be at the primary setting or whether it be at the tertiary setting, which is the QEH.
Important indeed. So the show is on today and Mondays. Every Monday, 11 o'clock on Q100.7 FM. The wonderful thing is you can listen online for those of you abroad as well. You can listen go to our website, cbc.bb. Under radio, you see the drop down. It says Q100.7 FM. You click that listen live. And so we're excited about what today's show holds. It's a continuation, as Shane said, of the discussion around the policy, the strategic positioning of the QEH, and how you can lend to how we make together the best outcome for everyone who attends our Queen Elizabeth Hospital, part of which is the digitizing of the records.
Digitizing of the records, that has been happening. It's a work in progress as well. Millions of records digitized now. It is just to move ahead now with the overall launch of the health information system. More details to come on that very, very soon, and within the Pulse radio show in the weeks ahead. I know that my Director of Support Services, Dr. Jerry Warner, who is the lead on that, is very excited to get moving on the pilot program, which will start inside of the hospital with our clinic, which is for the staff, to see how it's operationalized, and then we can roll it out on a wider scale to the general public. We can't wait, because it will make life when I tell you a whole lot easier. Imagine no more lost notes.
Right. Got you.
Everything in the palm of your hands, on your mobile phone or whatever device you're using. So that's just a tease of the many things to come to make life easy for our patients and those who use the hospital.
You're getting to know more on the Pulse Radio Show today,
sure.
beginning at 11 o'clock on Q100.7
And you know the numbers,
FM.
Pearson, by heart.
Of course, 4341.
007.
Thank you.
You should be leaning on me for that.
I wanted you to say it, to be sure.
The only thing you should be leaning on me for is
to
to
say
give me
FREE.
Yeah,
All right,
FREE.
that's a number you know. Fair enough. Folks, we've been coming to you live today from the Inchcape Barbados showroom here in Warrens.
Beautiful
We shall do so
space.
again tomorrow. We're talking about the Across, the brand new car that you can own once you get into the crop of a vibe with the CBC. So keep watching and listening and look out for your opportunity to win. I just want to say to all of you, thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow is another day. We're looking forward to bringing even more of the excitement from wonderful Warrens to you right here on TV8 on Morning Barbados. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.